Jalen Brunson's listed as questionable for tonight's matchup against his old squad, the Dallas Mavericks, and that's down in D-Town. The Knicks are still searching for their first road win of the season. So let's talk some Knicks basketball with Alex Trataros of Knicks Fan TV. Alex, let's go straight into this one, man, because everyone's talking about if Captain Clutch is going to be back in the lineup tonight. He got some work in pregame on Monday before that Heat loss. And if all goes well, it looks like he is going to play tonight. This is a guy that's averaging 28 on the season, but his player prop bet tonight is set at 26.5 against the Mavs. Are you taking the over or the under on his return from that same ankle that he missed some time with last season?
I would take the under on this one. I know it's not a lot of time that he missed, but still, you want to give players a little bit of flexibility when they return to get back into some sort of rhythm. We don't know the pain that he's dealing with and what his pain tolerance is. So I wouldn't feel too confident in going with the over. I mean, look, there's always a possibility because look, this is his former team. He played against Dallas. He's back in the city that he started in when he entered the league. There's always that possibility, but I would lean on the cautious side and saying that, you know what? He's coming back from an ankle injury. Let's give him a little breathing room for him to work back his magic.
Well, with Brunson down, it doesn't look like the Knicks have that guard that can create. So you think the Knicks need to pick up the phone and maybe call a guy or call a team where they can acquire another guard who can create and make plays to get other guys involved in the offense. I know Deuce McBride is a shooter, and there's still question marks on Tyler Kolek.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's still a little too early in the season to, pull the panic button and say we don't have enough guards that can create for themselves. We still got Jordan Clarkson. He's been playing phenomenal. I mean, every time he gets the opportunity to step on the court, he's been, averaging double digits, scoring wise, being a highly efficient scorer, shooting over 50% from the field. And on top of that, he does have some playmaking as well. He's played more control than we've seen him at other stops as throughout his time in the league. So I'd give him still some time to see what Jordan Clarkson can do. Obviously, Deuce McBride, not going to be that your guard that gets downhill frequently enough like Jalen Brunson or even Jordan Clarkson. But still, you want to give some guys the opportunity to, show what they can do throughout the regular season. But if the season continues and we see that we don't have another guard that can do that consistently outside of Jalen Brunson, then maybe, yeah, you start looking for another guard that can do that. And who knows? Maybe Tyler Kolek decides to impress, man, and come through in the clutch.
Hey, he was Big East Player of the Year at Marquette, man. I watched him at the Garden one night in college, and he was nice with it. So, and he's a fan favorite. So hopefully he can kind of turn that corner, play himself into some more minutes. But we talk about this team's identity under Mike Brown offensively. We see them chucking up a lot more threes this season. But on the defensive side of the basketball, I was about to say football. On the defensive side of the basketball, their three-point defense is almost one of the worst in the league. Do you think that's something that's fixable without slowing down that high-paced offense that Mike Brown brought in?
I think it is something that is tweakable, not fully fixable, because what we saw last year during the regular season, because let's remember, Brandon, this is an issue that was under the same thing under Tom Thibodeau with this team and with the same starting six, seven, whatever you want to call it, right? And when you look at what they did last year, they were still in the basement of 3-point shots allowed and made against them, right? Now they ranked what was 23rd last year during that regular season. And what they were able to do during the postseason was jump up to being top 10 in 3-point defense. Now the percentage dropped from 37 to 36. So that's why I say it's a tweak. They could drop it down by a percentage. They can jump up in the rankings a bit throughout the postseason, but it's not something that I don't think it's going to be fully fixable based on the roster that you have here. And if you're going to have OG missing some time as well at this point, I don't think that they're going to fully cure that as well. Also, let's keep in mind that if Mitch is not going to play every single game, which is also a big, impact as to why they were able to guard the three, because if you're going to deter people away from the paint, then they're going to start to shoot a little bit more threes, right? And then if you're going to shoot more threes, you can stay home on the perimeter. But since Mitch is going to be in and out this regular season, OG's dealing with an injury as right now, and we can't predict the future as who else will be in and out of the lineup. I can't say that this 3-point defense will be fully fixed, but once they get to the postseason, I do believe that Mike Brown will have these guys fine-tune everything, stay home on defense, and that's where we're going to see Mitchell Robinson. I think all that will come together, and I think their three-point defense will be much better than what we're seeing during the regular season.
All right, keep it what the kids call a buck with me on this one, because the Knicks are 0-4 on the road this season, 0-1 on this road trip. The Rangers can't win at the Garden, but the Knicks can win at the Garden and can't win on the road. It's really weird between these two teams. The next three for the Knicks are away games. So tell us, what is this team going to tell you about themselves and their identity these next three away games?
Let's slow the panic button down a little bit, Brandon. Let's slow the panic button down.
You got to win games on the road in the playoffs.
Hey, man. I hear you, but I think it's still too early. It's only 4 games. It's only played 4 games on the road this season. Let's give them a break. I think tonight against Dallas, they're going to get their first road win. But I do agree with you that you got to prove yourself. You got to win on the road. But I think this team is still like finding themselves out. I mean, they're doing a great job at home, right? But I think, look, tonight they're going to get their first win on the road against Dallas. Dallas is just a team that's, very much in the basement as of right now. I'll be kind to them, Brandon. But this weekend, Saturday, against the Orlando Magic, that's going to be the bigger test, because we saw what they did to them in the Garden. Can New York take it to them on the road? That will be the biggest test. And then to me, when you start seeing how the Knicks are playing against physical teams on the road, that will kind of give me a better barometer of where to gauge this team in terms of like physicality and the capability of rising to the occasion.
I'll take my hand off the panic button then. I'll put it back into my pocket. But when they lose tonight, though, I'm hitting it like it's bingo. I'm putting my hand down like it's bingo.
And I wouldn't blame him, my man.
All right. Appreciate you hopping on with us as always, my guy.
Appreciate you as always, Brandon. Thank you for having me on.